And the music world, including fans in central Pennsylvania, remembering heavy metal music legend Ozzy Osbourne. The Black Sabbath singer passed away yesterday at the age of 76. Newswatch 16's Justin Gick talked with workers at a record store in Bloomsburg about the so-called Prince of Darkness.
Heavy metal legend Ozzy Osbourne sold more than 100 million albums worldwide, including his work with Black Sabbath and solo. At Endless Records in Bloomsburg, owner Nick McGaw is looking over his inventory of Ozzy works after hearing the news of the singer's passing.
It's sad, he's got a great legacy though, and I think that he had an end of a career that is really rare, where he went out with a giant tribute concert in his hometown. I mean, you couldn't ask for a more storybook ending to a long career.
According to the Osbourne family, the 76-year-old passed away on Tuesday surrounded by his loved ones. The so-called Prince of Darkness was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease back in 2019. McGaw says when legends like Ozzy pass away, people come in and buy their albums. He says it seems that people don't appreciate certain works until that person is gone.
We've already seen a couple sales of this. It's hard to tell, though, because Black Sabbath and Ozzy were kind of good sellers anyway. There's always been an interest in that kind of early heavy metal stuff.
Ozzy Osbourne had a tremendous career, not only in his Black Sabbath band, but also his solo career. For many music fans, when they hear his works, it brings back a lot of memories.
He's a guy that was always there. My dad liked him, I think about that. When I was a guitar player from the time I was a teenager, and one of the first things I ever learned on guitar was Paranoid. It's one of those things you can play with two fingers that with half an hour's investment almost everybody learns. And it's just sort of like it's always been in the ether. They're great songs, they're great performances.
McGaw says the legacy of Ozzy Osbourne is this.
Not a lot of people invent a style of music, and Black Sabbath are really credited with doing that. I think there's that. And other than that, he's a guy who became sort of a cultural figure.
McGaw says people who don't even listen to the music know the shorthand of who Ozzy Osbourne was. Justin Gick, Newswatch 16, Columbia County.